Hello, my amazing Head Start family. I am Dr. Kimberly P. Johnson, and I'm going to be your lead instructor for the Bias Busters Basics program. And I'm so excited that you decided to join me in this amazing opportunity so that we can have some real conversation about diversity and inclusion in a very simplistic and basic way, but powerful information. A lot of times when we think about the conversations we can have around what diversity is, what inclusion is, what does it mean to be marginalized, what does it mean to be able to speak up and advocate for others, we get a little bit angst sometimes because we're living in a time where those conversations may be a little bit tough. But you are in luck because this program is going to help walk you through some of those very simple steps of what can we do as advocates, as allies for the families and the children that we serve. How can we continue to make sure that we are upholding the powerful message of the Head Start program, which you know as well as I do from its inception. Head Start has been committed to social justice and equity, making sure that all of our children and all of our families get exactly what they need in order to be successful and to thrive. I know from my own personal experiences, being a marginalized young girl growing up, Head Start was our ticket to success. And so we want to continue that effort, the passion, and the commitment of the program to make those things happen. So thank you for joining me for the Bias Busters Basics. And I'm going to make it as plain as I can on how we can continue to work together as a collaborative unit and change the world right where we sit. And a lot of times we think about it, it's complicated. It's complicated to talk about, and we feel that it's complicated to do. So I'm going to hopefully break it down into nuggets of information that we can grab and we can take and run with. Because if we get the opportunity to create change, we need to do it every single time, not only in our professional lives as advocates at Head Start, but also in our professional and personal lives together. So we can make a difference personally and professionally. Together, we are creating the change we want to see. So in this basics course, I'm going to give you just nuggets of information as we progress through it. I'm going to start with a powerful word that means a lot. And when you hear the word, I want you to sit on it for just about 5 seconds and think about what it means and how that word can help us become better at being more inclusive and better at being more equitable when it creates change in the setting. The word is growth. 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 Think about your own growth in your professional life and in your personal life. Think about your growth mentally, physically, and emotionally. That is a word that will allow us to drive the basics of understanding how diversity and inclusion is something that all of us have the opportunity and should have the opportunity to engage in. We all have growth. We all have room for growth. And if we think about growth as an opportunity to bring us closer together, we can help diminish some of the stereotypes, assumptions, and biases that sometimes are attached to the families that we serve. Because our mind has to be open and know that every single child that we serve, every single family that we serve allows the opportunity or should have the opportunity for that growth that we're talking about. So I'm going to take the word growth and I'm going to break it down, and hopefully we can start some rich conversation around that word. I'm going to give you one letter at a time as I give you nuggets of information, and we're going to put those letters together at the end and step back and see what that word really means through this basics programming. G, getting to know the people around you. That is the first step if you really want to be inclusive and you really want to be more equitable. Get to know the people that you work with. Get to know the families that you serve. Get to know the children that you impact every single day. And I don't mean just get to know their names or where they live or where they come from, because sometimes those things can create the stereotypes and assumptions we're talking about. I'm talking about getting to know people from the inside out. What are the things that they care about? What What are some things that they value? What are some things that they want to do in their own lives? You know, our parents lean into us as much as our children do sometimes. So get to know our parents so that we can serve them better. And especially if you know that they are working towards something great, you may be that accountability partner that can just pour into them as well. And you know, that's what I love so much about Head Start. It is not just about serving the child, it is about serving that whole family that's affiliated with that child. And that means getting to know everybody that is attached to that child. It may be a cousin or an uncle or a grandparent or even a neighbor in some cases. Get to know as many people as you can that are connected with the children. And then don't be afraid to share some of who you are. As educators, as facilitators, as advocates, we want to also be very transparent in what we think and how we feel about the families that we're serving. Get the opportunity to get to know the people that you're working with. G. R is respecting the opinions and the ideas of others. And we'll talk about that next time. Bye.